There's only one minor issue. We don't live together. I mean, obviously, we just started dating.
Okay.
So, like, I've got my apartment, she has hers. I'd never go to her apartment because she has a dog.
Okay. So
It's not a small dog either. It's like one of those big, police attack, kill. You know the dogs that
like German
chase.
Shepherd.
Yeah, one of those things that like
Okay.
chase down the criminal and cops and kill them when they edit it out of the tape afterwards. That's the kind of dog she has.
So, um, does she know? Are you? So you're afraid of dogs?
Yes, yes.
Yes. So
Especially like big dogs.
does she know about this fear?
No, I've never told her. I mean, it's hey babe, how you doing? I'm afraid of your dog.
When you've been, well, when you imagined been your dog or seen a dog, what kind of like, what does your body like tell? Do you get like very anxious? What happens?
Yeah, I get anxious and nervous, and I start thinking about like all these scenarios, mostly worst case scenarios about how the dog's gonna like jump on me or like get off the leash and like attack me and you know
So now
disfigure me and all this other kind of crazy
so now
stuff.
you avoid them.
Yeah, I avoid them. I totally avoid them whenever I have the chance.
So
BuzzFeed and
I think today the best, what we should start with, this is something you would like to get rid of to help your relationship with your girlfriend, right?
yeah, I mean, because I've got to go to her place eventually. She can't keep coming to my place and like going out and never see hers. Or what if we do decide to move in? What, she's gonna have to get rid of the dog, which would be ideal, but I don't know if she'd be down for that. And then like if she didn't get rid of the dog, and it's like, oh, it's either me or your dog. Then she picks the dog over me, and then I get depressed. Like I
Okay.
keep going to counseling.
Okay, so what we'll do is we're gonna start off with a technique called systematic desensitization. Do you know what that is?
No, not at all.
Okay. So basically the purpose is to make you relax in a situation that's most frightening, but we do it gradually. So there's 3 steps to it. And today we're just going to start with the first step. The first step is to create a hierarchy.
Okay.
So basically it's a list of getting to that most frightening step, that most frightening situation, I'm sorry.
Okay.
But we start with the least frightening situation that you can imagine, and we gradually go up. Now we do that by we expose you to that situation.
Excuse me.
I teach you relaxation techniques to get you to relax to that exposure.
Can you go back to the first part? You exposed me to what situation?
Any situations that we will come up with together.
So dog attacking and killing me. You have an attack dog here.
No.
You sure?
It won't
'Cause
be.
we can end the session early.
The dog will not attack you. There won't be. There won't. You will probably just get to a point where you can be in the presence of a dog. Maybe we will put that as the most high, the most frightening situation. But we won't get there yet. We will start from the bottom. So let's start with creating the list. Okay.
Okay.
This helps because it puts a framework to this technique that we're gonna do, and it helps you like visualize and see exactly what it is that causes your anxiety, why this fear causes your anxiety. Okay, so I'm gonna give you paper and pen.
Okay.
Okay, so the first thing I want you to do is to write down as many situations as you can think of in which the problem occurs.
Okay. Like real life situations,
Like
or
specific situations that you experience difficulty in.
like things that have actually happened, or just what I imagine could happen.
Yes.
What I imagine could happen.
Yeah, sure. Yes, yes.
Okay.
Do you need something?
Yeah.
There
Please.
you go.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, so here's my list. You want your pad back? So I'll just give you everything.
Okay. Okay, so did you particularly like, because this one seems really the most frightening, the one on the top, or
Oh yeah, that one's
I
scary.
mean, did you do it by order or did you just went by?
No, I went with like the first things I thought of. The first things I thought of were kind of like, I guess, the worst,
Okay, so we're gonna look at what all these scenarios have in common, and
Okay.
then maybe we can come up with a hierarchy, like 10 hierarchies that will get you to whatever it is that makes you most
Okay.
anxious. Okay, so
Okay.
I see for the first one you like being killed by a dog, bitten by a neighbor's bulldog, chased down the street screaming, clawed by dog, rabies by alleyway hound.
You know those alleyway dogs that just look like they have rabies?
Okay.
Yeah.
Dog biting off genitals, dog outside front door, going to girlfriend's house. Dogs are scary.
They are.
Okay. So I see you have this, I guess because it's from when you were bitten when you were younger, you have this idea that the dog is going to attack you.
Or it could, because what if, you know, it starts off calm and then it gets angry, like, you know.
Okay. So I see that's the most common thing, that you just think that the dog is going to like attack you
Right.
in some way. And okay, so we'll start with, now the way that we're going to create the hierarchy is something that you are going to do.
Okay.
Okay? So
Okay.
we'll start with the most frightening thing that you will do and the least frightening thing that you would do. We're going to do 10 steps. So the 10th is the most frightening, and the first one is the least frightening that you will be exposed to for dogs.
Okay.
You understand what I mean?
Yeah. So like 10 would be the worst thing that can happen, and 1 would be the
Not
least.
the worst thing that can happen, but the worst thing that you will expose yourself to.
Like voluntarily?
Yes. To make you overcome this fear that you have of dogs. Okay? It'll be okay. We'll start with number 1. What do you think is the least likely, well, the least most frightening thing that you would do with a dog? Like, do you want to just imagine
Like,
a dog?
okay, the least frightening thing. Like, I would let a dog be in the next room.
Okay.
That's, you know, that's not so bad.
And the most frightening?
That I would allow to happen, I guess.
Well, I guess something that you want to reach. I guess be in the same
So,
room as your girlfriend and the dog?
Yeah, you know, being able to be in the same room as a dog, and you know the dog's not like chained up or always like, you know, it's just
Walking around.
you know being a
domestic
non-lethal attack dog,
Okay.
yeah, a non-rabies infested.
So I put being in the same room with a domestic dog, not on a leash.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. Do you want something like in the middle, like what would be in between, and then we can work from 1 to 5 and then 5 to 10, or do you want to just go straight from 1 to 10?
In the middle. Oh, you know what? Actually, maybe being able to interact with the dog, like not even just like it could be in the same room sitting. That's fine, but like, oh, I could pet the dog maybe.
That would
Probably be, you know, the next level after being in the same room that I'd be willing to do.
okay. You could do that. So what would be in between?
What would be the in between? I guess being able to just see any dog and not, you know, like feel like I want to run away. Like, let's say I'm at the park and someone's walking their dog, not to have to walk down like another path.
So why don't we put be at a dog park and be able
No,
to
I don't know about that. No, I don't want to go to a dog park.
Okay.
But maybe just like being able to be around a dog that's on like a leash, you know? Because especially in New York, people walk their dogs.
Okay,
a lot.
so be at a park where there are people that walk.
Yeah, they're walking their dogs,
on a
and
leash.
I'm okay with being at the park.
Sitting.
Yeah. Yeah.
So let's work our way up to number 5.
Okay.
So number 1 is let a dog be in the next room.
Yeah.
So number 2, would it be? Could you be able to imagine a dog being in the same room as you?
I guess. I mean, I guess we could do that.
Okay. Number 3. Are you okay with looking at pictures of dogs, or you're not? You're not there yet.
I guess it depends. Like if it's people and a dog, I could kind of tune out the dog. You know, just kind of like put my thumb up where the dog would be with the rest of the people.
For this situation, maybe we should get like pictures with humans and dogs,
Okay.
and then like you'll have to look at both of them for a little while
Without the thumb.
without the phone.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, this is good. Let a dog be in the next room. Imagine the dog being in the same room as you. Look at pictures with dogs and humans. What would be the next one before being at the park and seeing dogs with people walking around? Dogs on a leash.
I guess just like seeing a dog in real life. You know, not like in a park where everyone's walking the dog, but just like randomly like seeing one dog. Like, oh, that's a dog over there. You know what I mean?
Where would you see that?
Sometimes on the way to the deli down my block, people, because you know you can't bring dogs in the store, so they'll just kind of tie the dog up to a pole, you know, like a street.
Right. Okay.
So not having to cross the street when that happens.
Being on the same street and
exactly.
being able to be okay.
Being able to, you know, kind of go about my day without any unnecessary avoidance.
Crossing the street.
Right.
Making your way longer to get to the train station.
Right. Without taking the scenic tour to the train station. Just a straight shot.
Okay, this is good.
It is good. I think we're on step 6, right? So I get to step 6, and then I get to 10, and then I win.
And you won't have your girlfriend will have to choose between you.
That's right. That's right.
Being at the park, people walking the dog on a leash. So what do you think would be the next step after that? What do you think would be the next step after that?
After
being at the park with people walking a dog on a leash.
Okay, I think right before this one, being in the same room with the dog, not on a leash, should be being in the same room with the dog. But let's say, like, you were my girlfriend, for instance, right? Just for instance. Don't get your hopes up. But I'm just kidding, exactly. But so, let's say you were holding the dog, like it was, you know.
So you're on the same couch with someone carrying the dog.
Right. But it's a big dog. She can't carry it.
What if it? Oh, how about little dogs?
I mean, I'm more afraid of the bigger dogs.
More afraid of bigger dogs? Okay.
Yeah, because I mean.
But we get to the bigger dog, like being at the people with walking dogs on a leash, being able to sit next to someone who has
a little dog.
A little dog.
Okay. Yeah, let's go with that.
Okay. And so then we have 2 more steps.
Being in the same room with a dog, but a big dog, and she's just holding the big dog. Like,
Okay.
You know what I mean? By the collar, or just, you know, a bear hug, or full Nelson, or whatever. She's holding the dog.
Okay, that's good. So we just have 1 more step.
How about being able to sit next to someone holding a medium dog? Because then, you know, then it's like a big dog after that.
Alright, we could do that.
All right. How are you actually going to practice this, though? You're going to have to go.
Would you be okay with doing that stuff?
I wouldn't be okay with doing any of this stuff, but I mean, maybe if we start from the bottom.
Well, what we can do is maybe for our next session, I could teach you some relaxation techniques for when you get really anxious when you go through these situations.
Okay.
But we'll start with the first situation, which is the least frightening for you, and we'll get you to that level where you will feel anxious throughout all of these things. You will get frightened, but your body won't be able to sustain that type of emotion. You will gradually, it will gradually come down, and you will be able to relax, and you will be able to not avoid the situation and just be relaxed when this frightening situation happens. Maybe go through just one of the situations that we did here, so you can get to that level where you will be relaxed, and then you will be able to, your relationship will be able to be better with your girlfriend and the dog.